Why did my last TikTok video get 13,100 views when the previous 100 plus got stuck at 200 to 300 views, with the odd one getting a couple of thousand? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain what I think happened and also offer some important advice, especially if you're a smart person stuck in a job or career you hate. So what were the three things I believe happened? Well, the first thing was that there was a very specific hook with numbers. 336 videos in 28 days creates intrigue because it isn't generic, and that attracts attention. The second thing I did was I talked about something that I actually did. So Hormozi has said this in the past, where you should do shit and then talk about the shit you've done, rather than preaching to the choir, which I've done in the past, and I still do, to be honest, as do most people. They're preaching and telling people what to do rather than showing what they did. And the last thing was make a longer video. So if you watched the last video, I talked about the learnings that I had from creating the 100 or so videos, and that on TikTok, longer form content is now doing better. So the last video was 6 minutes, and it confirms that. I also got ranked for entrepreneurship and business, which again goes to the fact that TikTok really now does seem to be paying more attention to SEO. So as a recap, the first thing was a very specific hook. The second thing was doing something and then talking about it. And then the third thing was making a longer form video, which was optimized for SEO. Now, why is this important if you're generally someone who is smart and did well in school and the corporate world? Well, because it's those things which have programmed you to not do what I just did. Because what I did was testing. You see, most likely you have a fixed mindset like I used to have. We're programmed from academia to think in terms of right and wrong. So we think when we do something, did I do it right or did I do it wrong? This goes back to when we had grades in school or had tests or assignments. We got marked based on whether we've done something right or whether we've done something wrong. And this also continues in the corporate world, and it's this programming why you fear putting out content, or you don't start, or you give up straight away, because you're thinking in terms of right or wrong. There is no right or wrong in marketing or putting out social media content. There is only putting things out, testing, learning, and doing it again. You do, you learn, you do, you learn. There is no right or wrong. The moment you start thinking in terms of right or wrong, you will always assume you're doing wrong, because most of the time the content isn't going to hit. So for example, when I put out those 336 videos across 3 different platforms, most of the videos on TikTok were getting 200 to 300 views. That's 100 plus videos that I got wrong. Would you be able to handle that? Most likely, no, you wouldn't. You'd quit. And that's why you've got to reframe, and you just post and see what happens. You keep posting and you see what happens. You learn, you apply those lessons, and then you get better. And that same principle applies in business and entrepreneurship. And it's also why most people suck at online business, like I did for years. Instead of testing and seeing how things go, it was more of doing something, not getting the results I wanted or expected, and assume that I'm doing it wrong and therefore I wasn't good enough. Therefore, changing your mindset about putting out social media content is key. Now, if you're making the transition from a job you hate or you want to change career, let me know if you have any questions, because I have now changed career multiple times. My main career, or the first career, was the legal career, which I hated, and since then I've tried so many different things, so I can offer you insight and perspective which most people from experience don't have. And finally, be sure to check out minotaurmastery.com, where I'm giving away a free email course that will help you on your journey in getting out of a career you hate, as well as building confidence and communication skills with a podcast or making videos online like I am doing now, because I guarantee you that will be your fastest ticket out of a job or career that you hate, because you're building so many skills which you can apply to all aspects of your life, but especially in personal, professional and business development. Just go over to my profile or in the comment section where there is more information.